Hello everyone. We're heading into the Empress Vengeance Legend. Gonna go for an all missions clear, which is party of 5 or less and 10 turns or less. This is the team that I put together for that. Up first is Melissa as main supporter. She is our provoker. So Blizzard Orb for death immunity. And then the Rod from the easier version of this, just for morale at the start. Hat and coat, morale per turn. The coat does make her full evade for any hits that go through. Provocation, 100% draw attacks. Her own vision card for morale per turn. So 100% draw attacks, 100% evade. Okay, elemental resist. Didn't really care about her elemental resist overall. And both materias with the racial mitigation, just in case something gets through so that she can survive. Wilhelm is here to tank for us and do some damage. So elemental resist, I tried to keep on the low end because he can't counter anything that he fully resists. And then I did double Blizzard Orb to help. His auto attack does do a perfect dispel, but he does have counters in his kit, and those will always get used first. So he won't start using the Blizzard Orbs until like attack 6+ that he takes. And seeing it's only a 30% chance per, I figured double just in case. Escape Artist, so he's full evade, and limit focus. 300 Demon, 350 Human from Lakshmi, 300 Fairy, 300 Reaper, 300 limit damage, full evade. And then we have Esther, so she's the leader, limit focus overall, Dark Vision's Greatsword, Clash Gear just for the attack and stuff, Chain Speed with United and Promise, Zon's card because of the bonus flat attack, 300 Demon, Human Fairy, 350 Reaper from Anima, 300 limit damage. Ethne, so limit focus overall there. Most of the Clash Gear is just for the stats. I will use the pendant for the LB modifier though. Her own card. So 350 Demon from Ramu, and then 300 Human Fairy Reaper, and 300 limit damage. And then Zon, so the boss does dispel herself like every turn. So Zon's limit will break and imperil and stuff. So we just got him set for limit damage. Happiness and Hope, because we do get some extra Fairy Killer, which I needed. So 300 Demon, Human, Reaper, 350 Fairy, thanks to Carbuncle, and 300 limit damage. And then also Siren is on Melissa, just to give her a source of Dispel, just in case we don't counter. Alright, let's jump in. So the boss has hard health locks. So to do this in 10 turns, turn 1, we're going to kind of push morale as quick as we can, and then just set up to start bursting her down. Alright, so Melissa. Shade Immunity, Chronic Flow, and Minutes of Might. For Wilhelm. Attrition, Safeguard, and Charge. So he doesn't have Dark on his 150 boost, but it gives morale. For Esther, go with Voltage Spike. We're going to do Blade Breaker Shield. We don't need the mitigation, but it's got big morale. And then we're going to overcharge for 300 Killer. For Ethne, we're going to Consume by Darkness. We don't care about the imbue and stuff. We just want the morale from it. Bolt Killers, again, for morale. And then Determination. And then for Zon, so we're going to have him do Black Fog, put up the Imperil Field. We'll Shadow Self to get some morale. And then we'll Fatal on Esther to steal to 300 Killer buffs. Alright, for the second turn, Melissa is going to do all 3 killers on Zahn, just for morale. We don't need the actual killer buffs, we just want morale. Alright, for Wilhelm, actually we can have Zahn go next. So Zahn, we're going to Deadly Daggers to boost his LB. We'll do Midnight Hour for 150 boost. And Projected Mirror to give the killer to everybody else. So Wilhelm will Anti-Fury. We can Limit Plus. And Transfusing. For Esther, we're going to Limit Plus. We're going to do a regular Rainbow Storm. And then Light Speed on Zahn. And then for Ethne, she's going to do regular limit. Black and Rainbow for the field. Hope to boost her limit. And then Devastation for a 150. So we're not imbued, we're not going to really do damage this turn. Alright, Melissa's going to go first. So we're going to Sheard, Shelga, and Dark Imbue the party. Wilhelm will use Overdrive number 1. And we're going to limit everybody else. So our goal is to hit 70% threshold this turn. See if we can do it. Alright, looks like just hit it. So we use Limit Burst, which means now she's going to be buffing defense and some spirit here and there. So when Wilhelm gets the extra counters from Blizzard Orb, we don't have to worry about it. But if he doesn't counter on a burst turn, we have Melissa to dispel. Alright, so Melissa. Use Shared Immunity. Parasol. And then just Human Killer on Zahn for morale. See, Ethne. We can use Gilded Pendant, booster LB. For a Wilhelm. So we need to Safeguard to put up Omni Cover. And we'll just double Transfusing. For Esther. We're going to Light Speed on Zahn. We're going to do Storm Seeker Shield, some racial mitigation. And then we can toss in a single bolting with Crash. And now Zahn. So we're going to Fatal on Esther. That's going to refresh our 3 killer and get the 500 stat buffs. Alright, we'll let those two go first. That way we can refresh Zahn, so he'll go by himself after. Alright, so now that Zahn's refreshed. So Fatal and Esther for the stat buffs and killers. Well, Deadly Daggers, seeing we're maxed out, it's a better modifier. And then we can just quick throw some attack and magic break on the boss for the first attack or two. Alright, Zahn will go first. So we can Enervating, just some slightly better breaks for now. We're going to Project it. And we can Shadow Self just to make sure that we get the little Imperil too. Melissa's going to Super on Zahn just to get the refresh on Projected down. Alright, so Wilhelm. Triple Transfusing. For Esther. So we're going to Limit Plus. We're going to use the Regulus Storm again. And last Light Speed on Zahn. And for Ethne, just going to Quadcast and Determination. So let Wilhelm and Ethne chain a little bit. We'll do a couple of percent. Alright, Wilhelm did actually counter. So Melissa technically has a free turn. I'm just going to have her Dispel anyway, because this is an important turn. Alright, Wilhelm uses Overdrive number 2. And everybody's going to limit again. So at this point, we want to hit the 50% threshold, which shouldn't be an issue. So yeah, a little bit of over damage, but we're good. So Wilhelm died, it's fine. Alright, Melissa. So we need to Shared Immunity, Shelga, and Darken View. Wilhelm. Need to Safeguard. We'll do Attrition and a Transfusing. Esther. Bolt and Crash just to dispel the boss. We're going to use Regular Limit, not the plus because I can't recharge it yet. And we're going to use the Regular Storm. So Esther can go. Let's see, for Ethne. We're going to hope for the LB. We're going to Aura of Supremacy. And Double Determination. And then for Zahn, so we're going to Fatal on himself, refresh the stat and killer. We're going to Deadly Daggers. And then we're going to use one Take Your Treasure. Alright, so these two, we'll get a tiny chain in there. So we did a whole 1%. Okay, Wilhelm actually countered again, so we got lucky. But this is another one. We're just going to have Melissa dispel because I didn't want to take any chances. But technically, Wilhelm countered, so she has a free turn. But she's just going to dispel. Alright, for Zahn. So we are going to Fear of Darkness. Take Your Treasure. And Projected to give the good buffs to everybody. Esther's going to limit. Wilhelm's going to limit. And Ethne is going to Void Eruption. So we're going to have them chain. Our goal is the 30% threshold. So we need to do 18% damage. Hopefully they can pull it off. And we got it. Wilhelm died again due to threshold gravity attack, but it's okay. Alright, Melissa. We're going to super. We'll target Zahn. It doesn't really matter at this point, seeing we got essentially 2 turns to kill it. But this way, just to make sure that we have re-rage and mitigations on everybody. So for Wilhelm, we're going to use regular limits. We need to safeguard for cover. And then we can transfusing. For Esther, so we're going to limit plus, we're going to storm plus for the really big elemental. And then we can just toss in a crash. For Ethne, we're going to limit plus. And determination times 3. For Zahn, we're going to Night Awakening. And double trick. And we'll just chain them up and get ready to hopefully kill this next turn. And actually, we can use our attack and magic for Wilhelm, who died. So luckily we're taking magic damage now, so Wilhelm should be guaranteed to counter. Early part of the fight, we pretty much resisted all the magic. Alright, so we'll use our... Oh, not ready yet. That's fine. Melissa. So we can make sure that Wilhelm has Dark View. We're going to seconds on Esther for the modifier. And then we can minutes to help out Wilhelm. Wilhelm will use Overdrive, last one. And everybody's going to limit. So hopefully with the 200 buff and everything, and using all the good limits, we should be able to kill it. So let's see. And there we go. Alright, let's see. So obviously Esther did the most damage. Ethne, not that far behind. Wilhelm, I mean, he was technically the tank and all. But he did beat out Zahn. And there's all missions. So as far as doing this for the multi-unit clear, obviously we have the 6 slot, which you can take your own unit or a friend to, and those do count towards the different unit clears. So we had 1 free slot to bring anybody in. As far as swapping out anybody on the party, Melissa and Ethne can technically be swapped out, I believe. You'll just have to maneuver things around between the 3 units to have a Death Immune, Provoker, Dark Field, Dark Imbue, Break Cures, plus Break Resist. And pretty much that's about it. Oh, Dispel too. Just for in case Wilhelm doesn't counter in the earlier bursts. But that's the Morgana clear with a 5-unit party. So I'm going to end this video here. Hope everybody enjoyed.